Guys, hey guys, this is Ivan and Nate here with Hey guys, this is Ivan and Nate here with Nick's Handmade Boots. On today's, welcome back to Carter's Corner. On today's episode, we're gonna go over some of our Seidel's 64 leathers. It's hot stuffed, so it's the idea behind it is it's supposed to be softer, easier to break into. I mean, being hot stuffed, it's infused using a heating method, infused with oils and waxes.
Yeah, and it's easier break-in. I mean, you can speak from experience. You have it on your boots as well.
Oh yeah.
So I would say easier break-in. It's a classic color. People love it, and it's just overall like reliable.
Yeah.
I would say.
I would say they're about the same. They're both max support and 64. They're 7 to 8 ounce leathers. So structurally, they're about the same. I mean, the only difference is, again, it's just a softer, easier break-in than it would be compared to like a max support black. But as far as being absorption resistant, durable, they're pretty much on par with each other.
You're not sacrificing any durability
Right.
when it comes down to picking between max support or 64. Really, what you're just going for is that easier, softer break-in, and then I would say a wider range of color options.
Being chromium tan leather, it is more element resistant, hence more water resistant. So again, as far as cold resistant, it's going to be the same as any of our max pro leathers unless you insulated it for more warmth. But as far as keeping the debris out and mud, dirt, it's pretty, does pretty well.
This leather would be best suited for a work lifestyle, a labor-intensive lifestyle, because it is a softer break-in. You're not going to be working your butt off trying to get your boots broken in, as well as if you do hot shot, which we call the rough out vamps, you're going to get a lot of abrasion resistance. And so, like anytime you scuff your boot on gravel or drop a hammer on it, hopefully you have a steel toe, or crop toe, and anything like that, it's going to stand up over the test of time. Yeah, I would say just overall a laborer's lifestyle. This boot is for the laborer.
Yeah, I mean, being in an 8 ounce, it's built for that, rugged wear, like, going through gravel, laying concrete, like, working in the construction site, stepping, walking around, like, rigged objects. It's there to protect your feet. If you scrape your foot against something, it's thick enough to being absorption resistant. And obviously the rough outside takes it better than the smooth side does, but definitely suited for a work environment. But then again, everybody has their preference. I mean, it could be worn as casual, but it's gonna be super hot.
Our 64 mahogany is a little bit different when it comes to the smooth side.
Yeah.
For some reason, the way that it's tanned isn't quite like this, where I can scuff it with my fingernail and there's not really any marks.
Yeah.
With the 64 mahogany, you're going to pick up, on smooth at least, you're going to pick up a lot of different character. Every little scuff, every little boot tap, anything that's dropped on it, you're going to get a little bit of the scuffing. It's not going to break through unless it's incredibly sharp or heavy, but you're also going to get a life. You're going to see the life live in those boots for our
You can always polish it out to kind of buff it out.
Yeah, you can always buff it out. It buffs out really well too. Grain structure
Yeah.
is going to be the first thing that I would try to look for. Going from the spine down to the belly, I'm always going to look for the tightest grain. We've worked with Seidel quite a bit to help improve the quality of leather that we are getting from them, and they have responded very well. We're getting much higher quality over these last, 10 months?
I would say so. Yeah.
10 months that we've been working with them, and we couldn't be happier with with the quality that
Quality
we're getting.
improved.
It's
Yeah.
really improved our yields. With this specific hide, I could cut in the middle here, which is like the chest area, ribs. I could cut clear down to here if I wanted, and then without being uncomfortable, and then get a little uncomfortable with quality here, down at the belly and in the pit area. But so we're seeing a lot of really good quality. This is a 28 square foot hide. I could probably push out 2 full 10-inch like builder pros, and then maybe an 8-inch or 6-inch after that.
Yeah. You kind of just when you unroll it on the table, the first thing you look for also is just on all the blemishes, like say like where all the veins are gonna start, how porous it becomes. So meaning by how loose it becomes. I mean how quickly or
Yeah, you got it.
how it loosens. So you're just basically checking all the workable surface area and just seeing how much yield you're gonna get out of this side. Because every animal is different, so some of it can come in with,
Brands like that.
So you get the brands, you get the scars, you can get some cuts, nicks, all that stuff. So you could see on some hides, again we talked about this before about the veins. Sometimes the veins would start a little bit earlier. Sometimes the veins will go down more down the neck area. So kind of you're just basically seeing how much usable material you're gonna have. Yeah, all the time.
I would say absolutely. Natural mark. I wouldn't say it's a natural mark, but it is a brand. So most of our hides will have some sort of brand that you see here. Right off the bat, I see 3 scars here that are noticeable. These are probably from barbed wire or animals. Oftentimes, we'll get a lot of these scars here in the butt. Every now and then, we'll also get scars up in the neck, also from barbed wire. Cows just love to scratch themselves on it. So we'll usually get scars like in a row like this coming up, where they have just used the barbed wire of the fenced areas to scratch themselves and just get an itch off.
And again, this is being a natural, organic big piece of material. You get anything from bug bites to warts to burns to stitches, everything.
Every now and then we'll find a piece of like buckshot
Yeah.
in it, which is a rare find. We're always kind of excited to find it.
I mean, I've been doing this for about close to over 10 years now, and there are days that I'll like, never seen this before.
Yeah. The grain is going to be consistent pretty much across the board from any of our leathers because they are all cows. So the grain of the skin cells and everything is going to be pretty consistent from the tightest grain being up here, the loosest grain being
from the
down
spine
by the legs.
Spine, the tightest going looser towards the belly.
And by over here by the neck.
And by the neck area, yeah.
Color for 64 brown. The color is not quite modeled, but I would say it's, it's not going to be black, where it's just, you only see black across the hide. You're going to get a little bit of this dark spots where maybe some more of that color has been picked up. You'll get darker areas down below where there is looser grain. More of that color has been absorbed into that loose grain material. With like 64 mahogany, you'll also get pretty consistent color throughout, but also lots of that dark and light splotches without looking like splotchy skin or anything like that.
And every batch is, a little bit different from one another. Today's batch could be a little bit lighter brown. Next batch could be a slightly darker brown tones. And then it could be like sometimes, like Nate said, lighter, darker spots, almost kind of like a tie-dye kind of effect going on. But for the most part, it's pretty consistent brown.
Working with the biological material
Yeah.
is never going to be perfect.
Right.
But we try our best.
I would say working with work leather is always nice. Work leather is, 90% of the time it's people buying a leather that they're going to be taking it through its paces. We can use rough out, we can use smooth. You're building this. You're focused more on the structural and durability function of the boot.
Right,
A lot of our customers are they don't really mind slight blams on it, like say light little scars, so nobody's gonna be picking at it.
Nothing that's structurally risking the hide.
So we're just focused on like, hey, if it's a wild end firefighter ordering a pair of boots, or anybody like in the FBA, I'm mainly focused on like, hey, let's make this as a durable, longer lasting pair of boots. And just working with thicker, I would say, work leather in general. I mean, again, using both sides, it's just, it's hard to kind of explain unless you really work with it. It's just almost just kind of like more joyful to work with,
It feels kind of like a day off when you get to work with just nothing but 64 brown or any of our work leathers.
So I started working with. When I started at Nix, I started working with our work leather line. I've been doing it for a while, and then as the years went by, we have a much more variety option of leathers, a lot more heritage leathers. So my days are just, being more precise, picking out scars, blemishes, and working around all that stuff, double stuff leathers. It just feels like 64 leather just has more of that give, it's like, as long as you're not you're avoiding those gaseous cuts, breaks in the grain.
The occasional butcher mark.
Yeah, it's more forgiving leather, it's, but again, more focused on making structural durable so it'll hold up on people's feet. Not like, hey, I want these boots to look super nice, I'm gonna be taking them out on the weekends or going out to dinner with them. I'm gonna put
a Sunday boot.
Yeah, I'm gonna put these boots on. I'm gonna get that stuff done in them, So, this is what kind of how I feel like about work leather.
Yeah, I agree. Right. That's everything that you said is exactly what I feel about it.
This right here would be our 64 brown leather from Seidel. This is our more, I would say it's the most popular option, right?
Yeah, I would say it's our most popular option. Purely how many pallets we have ready for us to cut.
What we have here is our mahogany 64. I would say it's it's like, would you say it's like second popular?
Yeah, it definitely became probably our second popular 64 leather because we replaced walnut with
Max
it.
Support. Or alpine walnut,
Yeah, alpine walnut, max support.
So yeah, I mean, again, it's rough out's beautiful on this, always consistent. And then the smooth side, and this is also.
This is what you'll see a lot of with it.
It's a little bit different to what Nate was talking about earlier. It has more of a waxier kind of a surface. It scuffs a little easier, but also it can be buffed out just as easy, pretty much. As long as you don't have the top grain punctured or any of that, you can buff it out pretty easily. So down the line, we have our
64 tan.
This used to be quite popular. I mean, it still is a good choice. You could never go wrong with it.
We've used a lot of this.
Yeah, this is our.
We only have 2 hides left that are full.
Yeah, 64 tan. We did have tan Teton earlier before, and now we switched it to
we
64
switched
tan
from
option.
tan Teton to 64 tan.
So
Much much more consistent color across the board on even both rough out and flesh smooth sides. Not going to scuff as easy as 64 mahogany. In fact, I would say is almost, I can't say that it's scuff resistant, but it is pretty close to hard to mess up leather.
Pretty well at absorption resistance, yeah.
Yeah. So, and also just a classic look that we had. I'll grab gray. We don't have. This is one of our newer additions. Our 64 gray. We've had a lot of like color variety in this leather.
Oh yeah.
From batch to batch. With the flesh side, you're going to get a lot of the same grain structure. Pretty even color across the board. Some tie-dye marks, tie-dye lines that they call it, where you get a little bit of a darker patch from the tannery themselves. On the smooth side, I mean, it's like a slate wall, pretty much like a
Yeah.
You're gonna get very even color for the most part. You'll get to see a little bit of the stretch marks that might be hard to see on camera. Has some fun character in there, but
And this one feels kind of middle between like a mahogany and I would say like a tan, something. Not
Yeah,
as waxy, but pretty soft still.
yeah, not as waxy, not as easy to mark up, but definitely along the lines.
All right, and our last 64 is our Monarch. So Monarch, so also the color, as far as the color goes, is pretty consistent. Pretty similar, again, to something between a 64 brown and mahogany as far as it, structure goes.
Yeah.
So if we flip it around,
Sorry.
oh good.
You're gonna get a lot of the same. This acts a lot like mahogany as far as being scuffed
yeah.
by fingerprint, and then
It gets buffed out.
buffed
pretty
out
well.
pretty easily. But a nice dark orange brown color that gave it its name.
As far as structure goes, they're pretty on par with one another.
Yeah.
Just the textures could be a little bit different, colors could be a little bit different. Again, mahogany is going to be the most waxy. I would say
Mahogany and-
after mahogany, it'd be the Monarch. But other than that, they would perform pretty much on par with each other.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite to work with out of brown, mahogany, tan, gray, or Monarch? I know my answer.
Let's see, in order, I'll go brown, mahogany, Monarch, tan, and gray.
That's your order? Okay. Mine is mahogany, brown, gray, tan, Monarch.
Hey, it's all about,
Most most favorite to work with and least favorite to work with out of the 64.
There are times with batches, there'll be a time you would hate the leather, then
Absolutely.
a perfect batch just shows up. And again, it's kind of, maybe a little bit,
A high quality batch will
Yeah,
instantly change my mind.
boom, you're like, this is my favorite leather to
Yeah.
work with.
I mean, my favorite leather is always any wax flesh.
I
that we
mean,
get.
my favorite leather is like, it's right over there, but we're talking about 64 brown. But
Well, this has been had. What in the world is that? This has been had. No,
this has been had.
this has been our 1964 from Seidel leather tannery. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave those in the comments, and we'll get to those on another video. Have a nice day.
Make sure to sub, ring the notification bell, stay
And like
tuned,
the video.
and like the video.